Hello, friends. I am so glad you are here. I have been thinking and noticing the older I get, the value of time, meaning the more I want to savor it, because time is a fleeting resource. I'm going to spend some time this afternoon reconnecting with myself. I'm going to read, take a walk, and complete some Legos. We live in a society that prioritizes busyness and productiveness. And the stereotype that if you are busy all the time, that you must be important and successful. And while being productive is necessary, there is a healthy balance. I don't watch a lot of TV, but I do love my technology. And for my age, I consider myself quite techie. I have always been a very intentional person. Our family waited until 2017 to purchase smartphones because I wanted my son to remember a world without a phone. So we waited because I knew phones would change our lives forever. As a highly sensitive person, meaning that I experience things very deeply and intensely, I've always been aware of the effects of screen time. And even with that knowledge, I still find myself reaching out of habit rather than intention for a screen. Lately, I have been attempting to define what a realistic screen habit looks like for me. In this day and age, technology is necessary, and finding that balance is very tricky. The time I spend screen-free is reminiscent of my youth, when no one kept track of what you were doing, and it was perfectly acceptable. When I am screen-free, things seem to shift. I think more clearly, rest more deeply, and take time to notice small things. I can make some tea and just sit. No podcast or audiobook, just sitting. Technology is by no means the enemy. It is a tool, and this very helpful tool can take more and more of my time if I let it. Taking breaks from technology does not mean disconnecting from the world. It is more reconnecting with yourself in a moment that is real. Down near the bottom of the crossed out list of things you have to do today, between green thread and broccoli, you find that you have penciled sunlight. Resting on the page, the word is beautiful. It touches you as if you had a friend and sunlight were a present he had sent from someplace distant as this morning to cheer you up. And to remind you that among your duties, pleasure is a thing that also needs accomplishing. Do you remember that time and light are kinds of love? And love is no less practical than a coffee grinder or a spare tire. Tomorrow you may be utterly without a clue, but today you get a telegram from the heart in exile proclaiming that the kingdom still exists and the king and queen alive, still speaking to their children, to anyone among them who can find the time to sit out in the sun and listen. That was good. Listen. Turn everything off. When the noise of our lives drifts away, when the chatter of our minds sinks into that perfect lake of nothing, then we can apprehend that golden mountain, always there, waiting for us to be still enough to hear it. If this speaks to you, I hope you will give yourself permission to unplug, even if it's just for an hour. Not to escape, but to return to ourselves in order to pause, breathe, and shine. Thank you for taking this moment with me. I am so glad you were here, and until next time, when we continue the story of our lives.